Okay, welcome back to more Fire Emblem Three Houses. That's Edelgard in the Advice Box tutorial, isn't it? It'd be kind of scary if you still left one in there saying, "Hello, Professor, how best can I slaughter your armies and take over the world?" But anyway, last time we actually got Lady Rhea's treasure, which was actually just kind of an underwhelming shield. But at least it halves damage from monsters, which will probably be useful against the final boss now I think about it. 1. Okay. Diamond Axe.
This will be helpful.
That's cool. Is that our first A+ rank? I think it is.
This is making sense.
I got a question. You're probably right,
Okay, glad that was the right answer.
Professor.
Yeah, I'll keep you on your current goals. So, any supports? Dorothea looks so angry. No. Okay.
It's been years since the last time we did something together, Father.
Remain calm.
Don't make
Oh, and it's the exact same dialogue, so
Well
it's
done,
been
Annette.
like
There you go again.
a week since you last did something together. And yes, I'm actually starting Felix on authority just because I feel like he's taken sword and reason really as high as they need to be right now.
How best to use this skill?
There must be more to this.
Oh, that's useful.
Well worth the effort.
It's all instinct.
That's very useful. Okay, that'll be fun. Okay, we have rare enemies today. And we have morale meals then and more rare enemies. And what do we have? Shamir's birthday. Okay, I think we can afford to go out and explore this time. But first, yeah, I think we should be doing some supports. And wow, you two support quickly. Makes sense, though.
What's wrong, Father? I didn't expect you to summon me.
I carved this on a whim. I wish for you to take it.
Yeah, we know that he's good at wood carving from earlier.
A wooden doll. You used to make these for me when I was a child.
I still do it when the mood strikes.
It's so cute. It's... Wait. No. What do you want from me?
I want nothing. I was carving and I thought of you. I remembered how happy you would be as a child when I handed one of these dolls to you.
I was back then, but I'm not a child anymore. It's too late for this now, Father. It doesn't make me happy anymore.
Annette.
I was so lonely after you left. I was always alone. I didn't know where you were or who to turn to for comfort. All I could do was look at the dolls you carved for me and remember you, and weep.
If you don't need it, you can throw it away. It is all the same in the end. I am sorry, Annette. I should have given more thought to my actions.
Father, wait! No, this won't do at all. It would be better to throw this doll away. You are too cruel, Father. Of course I could never throw it away.
Yeah, I definitely want to get those two up to A. But that might mean that I'm screwed out of getting a head ending with Annette if I do that. Yeah, this game's support system is a little weird. Felix and, well, can't do that one. But I can do Felix... Oh, Felix and Flame B. That should be interesting, but I'll try this one too.
Here you are.
Oh, were you looking for me, Felix?
You were injured in the last battle. Are you okay?
Did she ever take any damage in the last battle?
I'm fine now. Thank you for your concern.
You really are troublesome.
I'm so sorry. I didn't want to get in your way out there. I just couldn't help but worry. I was only trying to keep an eye on you.
What are you even doing on the battlefield?
Healing people, doing good damage with magic, generally being useful.
You endangered yourself and got hurt. Such a stupid thing to do.
Yeah, we know your brother died that way.
Yes, of course, you're right. I have no excuses.
If you intend to carry on being such a fool, you'd best stay near me.
Are you sure? I'd hate to get in your way again.
You can...
Hmm?
You can keep thinking of me as your little brother. And that'd be better than going through this again.
But I thought you didn't like that. Didn't you say you were fed up with it?
No, but then I realized that your little brother is the Death Knight, and he's equal to me in edginess, so I like being compared to him now.
I am fed up with it. I've already spent years filling in for someone who's dead. My older brother inspired love and respect. He was a great knight. He died. Since his death, his memory has followed me around like a shadow.
And yet you've taken it a lot better than Dimitri.
Oh, I didn't know you had a brother too.
Really? You've known him 5 years and you still didn't know that? Have you not been talking to Ingrid or Dimitri at all?
I don't let my personal feelings distract me on the battlefield. Still, do I really remind you of him?
Well, you don't look like him, but something about you feels so familiar.
Yeah, it's probably the edginess.
It just makes me want to protect you. That's not to say that you're incapable or unreliable or anything like that. In fact, it's quite the opposite. You're the one who just came to check on me.
You need to pay attention to your surroundings. You're reckless. Lives are at stake, including mine when I have to run over and save your skin.
Yes, I'll try to be more careful. Thank you for being so kind, Felix.
Whatever.
Another classic edgelord response to tick off the list. And we have him and Flame B too, which is going to be interesting.
Flame, what's that you're hiding?
It's more invisible firewood!
Oh no, my surprise is spoiled. I had brought some fruits for you to cut up in addition to the firewood. I thought some variation might prove amusing.
So now he actually is playing Fruit Ninja.
No, I'm not doing that again.
Which I'm pretty sure was actually created by an Australian.
I've got better uses for my sword than chopping up fruit and firewood.
I cannot imagine what could be better than chopping fruit.
Chopping up my enemies.
You say that as though you have many enemies. So you would rather chop people than firewood. Is that it?
That's not how I put it, but a blade's purpose is to kill. To chop wood, use an axe. To chop food, use a knife. It's simple.
Surely it is not forbidden to use your sword for other things, like chopping fruit.
Like, I mean, Lucina used the falchion for lots of very weird things in her supports.
Swords that cut inanimate objects are serving a much finer purpose than those that cut living beings.
They're serving the purpose of helping Pokemon trainers get around the world.
What a noble sentiment. But without a blade to cut down your enemies, you cannot win.
Well, no. Flame has really powerful magic. She doesn't need a blade.
Those who are weak lose everything and they die. Those who are strong win and live on. I understand why you balk at bloodshed, but you must know that it has a purpose.
And what purpose might that be?
A purpose. Let's just leave it at that. I'm not in the mood to debate you.
That's another way of saying that you're gonna lose.
I'll continue to wield my sword, and if necessary, cut down my enemies.
He certainly is a stubborn one.
It's just like, what purpose does bloodshed serve? It just has a purpose, okay? And I think all the rest are with, yep, they're all with Mercedes, so yeah. Let's go ahead and do those, except maybe leave that one, because that might screw Annette out of another paired ending.
Whoa, what happened? The pan's smoking.
Mercedes, what's going on? My eyes, I can barely breathe.
Oh, Ash, I'm so glad you're here. My cooking's not going very well at all.
That's an
What did you put
understatement.
in there?
I used some of this spice, that seasoning, and the herbs on the top shelf. Then I started frying it in oil.
That explains it. We use that herb for smoke bombs. Just turn the heat off and cover the pan.
Well, I guess Mystery Food X is actually being justified here.
Oh no, the people in the dining hall don't look so good.
Sorry, everybody. Could we clear out the dining hall for a few minutes, please?
Yeah, you probably should have warned people and opened windows a little earlier. Now they're all gonna suffocate and die.
Well, some folks were a little annoyed, but at least we got the place cleared out. It's a good thing no one mistook all that smoke for an attack. That could have been a disaster.
Especially if it was Dimitri. He'd probably rush in going, "Where is she? Where is she? She must die."
I'm so sorry. I always mess everything up.
No, it's my fault. I should have taught you which herbs to avoid. Don't blame yourself.
I just need to figure out how to do it right for next time.
Next time? You still want to try again, even after all that?
Of course! If I didn't, that would just be a waste of everything you taught me.
I guess that's true.
If you quit every time you made a mistake, then you'd never learn anything, right?
So you've been listening to Try Everything?
That's a great point.
Ah, maybe my mistake was frying the herb in oil. If I had boiled it instead, then there wouldn't be smoke.
Maybe don't use that herb to begin with.
What do you think, Ash?
Boiling, huh? Yeah, that'd be fine.
Great! I'm gonna get this right next time for sure.
What he didn't tell her was, when you boil that herb, it's used in poisons.
Apologies for my late arrival, Mercedes. My duties ran long, as per usual.
There's no need to apologize at all. Please, have a seat. We've met for tea so many times, but you never seem to get used to it, do you, Ingrid?
And that's why you can only reach a B, presumably.
Not entirely, no. I'm not accustomed to being treated so delicately.
Yeah, this is actually reminding me a lot of Lorenz and Ferdinand C that I got on another route. Whenever characters need to sit down during support conversations, the animations come out looking very awkward.
Anyway, what will we talk about today?
I actually wanted to gripe about something that's been bothering me.
You see, when I cook this one herb, it explodes and turns into a bunch of smoke.
You? Gripe? Now that's unusual. I'm happy to listen, of course. It's the least I can do after all the kindness you've shown me.
Thank you. The one thing I really wanted to talk about is marriage.
Why did I think it was going to be something similar to that?
Oh?
Yes. I received a letter from my adoptive father about marriage discussions with a noble family.
And I realized that earlier, you got out of a marriage proposal by beating up a lot of thugs. So how do I do that?
And will you accept?
That's the problem. No matter what I decide, I'll probably be married off anyway. What I really want to do is help those in need, but I think it would be more difficult to do so if I married a nobleman.
Understandably so. Sounds to me like you need a strategy to silence your father.
Sorry? To silence him?
Don't you agree? It seems the best course of action would be to consider severing all ties with the family and running away.
That's pretty drastic, but at least, I'm guessing if you were talking to Hubert, his first suggestion would probably be kill him.
We don't need to go that far. I'm sorry, I really just needed to let that out. I don't need you to worry about solving my problems.
Oh, okay. It's just a bit personal for me, actually.
Because she gets that kind of thing all the time, as we know.
My own father has brought countless marriage proposals to my attention. He always was obsessed with me carrying on the family bloodline. At a very young age, my hand had already been promised to someone in marriage. But Glenn died young.
That must have been difficult for you. Would you have married him if he had survived?
Yeah, I'm wondering about that, because again, Ingrid was 14 when that happened.
That's a good question. It's hard to imagine now. Although I did admire him quite a lot. He held true to the ideals of knighthood, proudly serving the king.
Just like Ash.
Even after all these years, I aspire to be the type of knight that he embodied. But that's just it. I'm not a tool for furthering my family's fortunes. I'm a knight at heart, regardless of what my father desires.
I see. A very noble cause indeed. How strange that we should be worrying about the same thing.
Even though we are such different people.
It's true. Enjoying a nice chat over tea with you like this makes me realize maybe the paths we walk aren't so different after all. Don't you think?
I do. These tea parties of ours, they really are something special.
And they're gonna end right now because you can only reach B.
That they are. Ingrid, I would love to get to know you better if that's okay.
And you won't because you can only reach B.
I want to know about your childhood, your favorite books, the sweets you like, anything at all.
Absolutely. I'm happy to speak with you anytime. And I want to know you better too, Mercedes.
And you won't, because this support only ends at B. That's kind of how you would sum that one up. Okay then, let's go out and explore. Okay, we do have some quests here, and a few people to talk to, so let's get right on that.
Lord Gwendol was pretty tough. If only he'd been on our side, he would have been a great ally. But it was Lord Gwendol himself who made the decision to throw his lot in with the Empire alongside his liege. I will neither pity him nor mourn for him. It would be an insult to his honor to follow the path of justice as long as life endures. That is the duty of a Knight of Farkas.
And that includes selling yourself to the Empire and... yeah, that's a bit weird, but anyway. Oh, these two are talking.
The Aramid River separates the Empire and Alliance. It's the largest river in Fodlan. Sometimes it'll flood when there's lots of rain, but at least the land gets some extra water.
Oh, it's gonna be flooded when we get there, isn't it?
Gwendol made the ultimate sacrifice in service of House Rowe. I understand that feeling. I'd do anything for Lady Rhea.
But again, he also kind of sold out his kingdom to the Empire. Or at least allied with the people who were.
I'm surprised. I didn't peg you as the kind of person to say that sort of thing. At any rate, it's up to the individual how to demonstrate loyalty.
Cyril's way of demonstrating loyalty is a little bit extreme.
Maybe.
I had an encounter with Lord Gwendol. How many years ago was it?
Let me guess, you hit on his wife or something?
Back before the academy, I met this girl who I fell madly in love with. And her dad tried to kill me. I suppose he just tried to scare me, but I was sure I was gonna die. Oh yeah, her dad? Lord Gwendol.
Okay, so one step below what I was guessing.
Crazy, right? I never thought I'd seriously be trying to kill the guy in battle. I kind of don't know how to make sense of it.
Well, hope that's not ominous foreshadowing to who we're gonna end up fighting in this chapter. I'm actually really worried about this one. Oh, I feel.
Even after
not
all
these
Felix. Decades, the Academy hasn't changed a bit. I remember it well, even now. I used to sneak out of lectures with Lambert almost every day. I suppose this is not the time for an old man's nostalgia.
You don't seem that old.
Approval from House Regan. We should set out as soon as you're ready.
I have this slight theory about Claude and what's going to happen. So I guess I can say this theory. I guess I'll talk to Flayn first.
Being here brings back all manner of memories.
Memories from 900 years ago, maybe?
The days I spent studying here with you and everyone else. Those days were so special to me. They were truly some of the warmest days of my life. I hold them dear in my heart.
Probably not the part where you were kidnapped, though.
And now, to be forced to fight with those I was once so close to, my friends, it is most saddening.
And this is why I recruit everyone run as nice, but at the very least you'll probably have to fight Hubert and Edelgard. So yeah, I suppose I can go into this. My theory about Claude is that Claude will conduct some kind of grand scheme to pretend to ally with the Empire just so he can stab him in the back later. But Dimitri, being the crazy guy that he is right now, is gonna see that and go, they have allied with my enemy, they must all die, and then he'll just go kill all of them.
We were raised by Lord Rodrigue himself to be the elite of the elite. Even if our enemy is the Empire's vast army, we can overcome the difference in numbers. The one thing that could prove to be a problem is if our food and supplies don't hold up. If we attack the Imperial capital before the Kingdom capital, we'll have to be swift if we want to prevail.
Yeah, we definitely get better provisions from the Kingdom capital, so Dimitri's being kinda dumb. Like, I can see why he wants to do what he's doing, but still.
Just like House Fraldarius, House Galatea is currently being invaded by the dukedom. My family is not as wealthy as most others, so we are incapable of sparing resources or reinforcements. I'm sorry. It's just so frustrating not being able to do anything to help.
Well, yeah, as annoying as her family is, I've just got Bernadetta's B with Dorothea on my other file, and oh boy, is Bernadetta's family well. Like, I saw it coming. Like, it was obvious that Bernadetta had an abusive family, but yeah. They're a lot worse than I thought they would be, and I'm really hoping that you actually get to fight them at some point.
On the north side of the Great Bridge of Myrddin lies the territory of Acheron of the Alliance, and to the south, the Empire's Burgleys territory.
So yeah, Caspar's. Wait, is that Caspar? Pretty sure that's Caspar.
Count Burgles has held the position of Minister of Military Affairs for the Empire ever since the days of Emperor Ionius. The current Emperor seems to have brought the corrupt nobility to heel, but Count Burgles looks to be an exception.
So, Caspar's not gonna have to fight his father, hopefully.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report.
Well, I have something to report. Apparently, and I'm not sure if this is just a meme or if it's actually true, but apparently on Edelgard's route, this guy gets replaced with his identical twin, who is the same in every way except that he hates the church.
Lord Rodrigue is revered by all as the Shield of Faerghus. I was imagining a more stern-faced fellow, but he's actually quite friendly. Shocking. I heard that he recently spent the night drinking in the dining hall with soldiers from the church.
Okay. Well, hopefully he's not too drunk before the fight.
Leaving the house in my uncle's hands? What does the old man think?
Yeah, who is your uncle anyway?
I always knew my father was mad, but this time he's gone too far.
Well, that's how to annoy Felix 101.
My uncle is a reliable man, but still, only a fool would abandon his own territory.
Well, why aren't you there defending it? You've technically abandoned your own territory.
From the outset, House Regan and House Gloucester have been fighting over leadership of the Alliance.
You clearly have the same voice actress as Lysithea. You sound like it.
Then this war comes along, and their opinions are split about whether to ally with the Empire or not. Their existing enmity only worsened, leading them to full-on conflict with one another. However, the leader of the Alliance is a very shrewd man. It's difficult to predict what he'll do at this point.
Yeah, especially since his crest represents the Moon Arcana, which represents illusions.
So, House Regan accepted. I knew the leader of the Alliance wouldn't refuse. Still, we can't let our guard down. There's no telling when he'll turn on us.
Not if, but when, okay?
If we advance through the Alliance into the Empire, our chances for reconnaissance will be limited. I just hope it goes according to plan.
It's not. It's obviously not. And yeah, my theory is possibly the most plausible reason as to why we'd have to fight Claude, because he doesn't really have any real reason to fight against us other than that.
Do you really think it's a good idea to trust Claude? If you let yourself get taken in by his silver tongue, you might wind up regretting it. The thing is, 5 years ago, I was taken in by his tricks myself. I was given a long and grueling lecture by my unit leader that day. Ugh, the memory of it is still too painful.
What do you mean by that? Like, was she seduced by him or something? Look at all these random people lining up to get food.
I thought House Fraldargus had an invasion of their own to worry about. I'm impressed Lord Rodrigue was willing to provide us all these reinforcements and supplies. The Knights' morale is really boosted, seeing as they have had their first good meal in a while. Let's hope we can keep this up and take down the Great Bridge of Myrddin.
It looks like we're all set with food supplies, thanks to Lord Rodrigue. We have more soldiers to feed now, so we'll still need to ration, but I think we have enough extra to make some tasty treats. I'll go scout the pantry.
And then, well, you know, you have everyone suffocate with smoke, and then we have less soldiers to feed, all according to plan. No.
We can enjoy it together over some tea.
Yes. It's like almost canon that Byleth only thinks about tea. Just like how it's canon that Corrin only thinks about touching faces.
The area around Castle Gaspar, where I was living, is under the control of House Rowe, who have submitted to the Empire. If I hadn't come to Garreg Mach, I might have ended up as your enemy at Aelel.
Interesting. Well, obviously that wouldn't have been on this route since you're with this house by default.
That thought makes me really happy to be here now. I don't think I would have been able to handle facing all of you in battle.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't have ended well.
Professor! Hi there!
Oh, Hilda, you're in the greenhouse.
Claude says he's on our side. I know everything will be fine if we leave it to him.
Why do I get the feeling that you might be the key to potentially sparing some people eventually?
He may act like a layabout, but he's actually smart. And although Claude isn't honest about some things, you can trust him when it counts. Yeah, he'll do us proud. That's just my gut feeling, but still.
Oh boy, this... I hope he doesn't backstab us. I hope he doesn't become Nasala. He easily could become Nasala if he wanted to. Still none of that thing that I need. I feel like Gilbert's quest is yet another supply one.
Speaking, House Fraldarius is a military house. They swore fealty to the royal family at the kingdom's founding. The current family head, Lord Rodrigue, was raised like a brother to the former king.
Yeah, we already knew that.
He harbors a loyalty that goes beyond mere duty. Perhaps this is why he was willing to lend us his aid.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty neat guy, but... I don't know, I wonder if you have to fight him on Edelgard's route.
I have a request.
Taking care of business. Oh, okay, that's a battle quest. We get some Musen meat for that.
Well...
And that resources request is still active.
If you stand in my way, I will strike you down.
Professor.
Well, okay then.
Need something? This one? You're all set. This one? You're all set. See you again soon.
Ah, daughter of Saint Keyhole. Yeah, I think they probably are Sedith and Flayn. Now, I know that I got a Verona out of one of these, just randomly picking up stuff there, so... Oh, also Anna's here.
Welcome.
Oh, we can sell these for quite a bit of money.
I thank you.
I feel like I probably shouldn't sell any of those.
I've been away from Garreg Mach for a while, but I came back when I heard the rumors of what you were doing. The scars of 5 years ago may still be raw, but it's nice to be back. Anyway, I'm going to start up business here again, so I look forward to your patronage.
Lady Rhea must be so scared. We gotta find her quick as we can.
Yeah, she's so scared, you know, the lady who can turn into a giant dragon and take on entire armies single-handedly. Yeah, she must be quaking in her boots right now.
We got reinforcements from the kingdom people now, right? Then we ought to be able to go save her.
The battle at ALL was a tactical marvel. You grow stronger with each passing day. Where does your talent end and your crest's power begin? Are they one and the same, I wonder? Most intriguing. Yet, it is quite difficult to draw useful conclusions, given the situation.
Yeah, well, if Edelgard was around too, you could compare and contrast the two of them in terms of their crests.
It's quite unfortunate I did not achieve my research goals before the war broke out. So much unknown. Now, I fear I will not have those answers even by conflict's end. So very frustrating.
I get the feeling the only way to find out answers is to play all three, well, technically, it's less 4 and more 3.5 routes.
Oh, hello there, Professor. Did you need something from me? It doesn't look like you're wounded or anything. You just looking for someone to talk to?
No.
I thought so. Well, I'm here for you. Making you feel better is my top priority. Whether it's physical pain or worries of the heart, you can come to me for anything, Professor.
So would she get mad if Byleth came to her for advice with Hilda?
We're going to invade the Empire, which means we'll be fighting people we know, won't we? If we're attacked by someone we know or used to think of as a friend, is it permitted to run away?
No. No, you will kill all your friends. Oh.
Really? If something happens, will you keep me safe?
Yeah, or I could just, you know, not deploy you and follow the Jill advice. I mean, she's probably not going to turn traitor on us.
Next, we face the Great Bridge of Myrddin. We actually crossed it a long time ago. Do you remember? It was 5 whole years ago. It seems like so long ago, doesn't it? It's odd how fast time flies. Everyone was still friends then. After the fighting, we all ate together without splitting into our separate houses. I often wish we could go back to those peaceful days.
That sounds a lot like the song.
So, the renowned Shield of Fargus is now on our side. That is quite reassuring. Not only will he provide valuable support in battle, but he has also brought us much-needed supplies. We cannot grow complacent, however. We must take the Imperial capital as soon as possible.
Well, he's definitely on team take Inbar.
Since I'm originally from the Empire, it seems no one trusts me with any important tasks. Fine by me. Honestly, I bet they're watching my every move to make sure I can be trusted. If I were in charge, it's what I would do.
Yeah, I suppose they might be. Your outfit's interesting. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything we can do here, so time to spam the dining hall again. I want to get a support between these two, but they both hate this dish, so I'll see how they react.
I'm not normally a picky eater, but I don't think I'd ever order this on my own.
I suppose it's rude to the cook if I don't eat.
I actually just realized I am running very low on food, so I should probably fish more.
This is no good.
I've never...
I suppose it's...
Oh, she has warp too.
There is still more to learn.
And while I'm here, so this I believe is going to be Sylvain. And this is actually the last A that I need among Blue Lion students.
Ugh, that hurts. Ah, Professor. Thanks for stopping by. It's not bad. I was even told I'd be cleared for service starting tomorrow. Besides, I got this scar fighting for you. It's almost like a medal or something.
And I guess some chicks dig scars. Don't you want to kill me?
When I thought you were going to be killed for real, my reflexes kicked in. I reacted without thinking. It doesn't mean I've stopped being jealous of you. But come on, I can't help but look up to you. If I'd had the guts to run away from home, I wonder if I would have cared as little about my crest as you do yours.
Well, you may have ended up like Miklan that way, and that's not great. Also, why is there an anatomical model in the corner there?
No. But if I thought I could have escaped, I would have tried. I'd leave behind House Gautier, and the life of a nobleman, and anybody who knew I had a crest. Our home is to the very north of the kingdom. Just across the mountains from us is land inhabited by foreigners to Fodlan. It once belonged to Fargus, but now that the kingdom has collapsed, it's only a matter of time until fighting breaks out.
Yeah, Dimitri alluded to this all the way back in Chapter 5.
Anyway, that land has been contested for centuries, and all that time, it has fallen to House Gautier to protect it. Actually, our Lance of Ruin has been doing most of the protecting.
Because the other people try and get their hands on it and turn into monsters?
Those were dangerous times. One wrong step, and we would have lost our relic to the church.
About that, we kinda did, because I agreed to hand it over, but we got it back when we did your paralogue, so it all worked out.
My father was afraid that the church would try to keep the lance, so he entrusted it to me. If an emergency arose, I was supposed to be called back home. I guess those very situations are why my family values crests so much.
Yeah, Dimitri said as much.
Since I bear a crest, my parents made sure I was never left wanting. My older brother didn't have one, and so when I was born, he was pushed aside. You know, he once shoved me in a well. He left me on the mountainside in the middle of winter, too. Even as a little kid, I understood why he was like that. My mere existence stole everything from him.
I still think, like, it wasn't Sylvain's fault. You know, he couldn't control what kind of blood he was born with. It's really their parents' fault.
I have no right to complain when I am surrounded by people who would give anything to bear a crest, but do not. Now, Women smile at me for the same reason my parents adore me, and my brother wanted me dead. And I have to meet them all with a smile and a wink, because I have a crest. Yeah, it's late to admit it, but I get you. It would be best just to tell them to heap their empty praise elsewhere. Anyway, it was pretty unreasonable of me to resent you. I'm really sorry about that.
Well, I guess he did feel envious for the fact that Byleth has a crest but never made a big deal out of it. I can see why.
And I want to say thank you, Professor. Seriously, thank you. Before I met you, I'd gone my whole life not knowing there was another way for me to live. So, from the bottom of my heart, I'm glad we met.
Well, Mercedes can show you another way to live. Okay, so are there any more Byleth supports that I have? No, but I do have some support with Cyril that I got via the dining hall. Seteth and Manuela. I'm a little worried about the Manuela one, but...
I got a delivery for you.
Finally, after 5 years, Seteth finally knew where to find Cyril.
Thank you, Cyril. Would you mind waiting just a moment for me to confirm the contents?
Sure thing.
All seems to be accounted for. I lack the time to handle tasks of this kind myself. I appreciate you making the effort. Is there anything I can assist you with? Do you have any concerns?
Speaking of concerns, I am a little concerned that you carry a quiver of arrows everywhere.
Concerns? Nah, I'm happy just working for Lady Rhea. I got a way better life now than I ever did before.
If your better life is this frugal, I have to wonder what your previous experience was like. It must not have been easy before you came to us. But you should know that is in the past now. You are young, you should be enjoying life. Do not allow your past to overshadow that. Is there nothing you desire? We will support you in any way we can.
Really, there's nothing. Except... Nah, it's okay.
Except?
I don't got anywhere else to go, and I just want to be able to stay here forever. This place Lady Rhea gave me, it's the only place I know to call home.
I will keep that in mind.
Well, I got work to do. Excuse me.
Of course. I apologize for delaying you.
Well, hopefully this place doesn't get smashed later on. And now, like I said, the one that I'm kind of worried about, honestly.
This is unbelievable. Why? Why does it keep happening to me? What's wrong with me?
Are you okay?
I was sure I'd be happy this time. Why, oh why, oh why do I always struggle in love?
Please, let go of my sleeve.
If I let go, you'll just run away, won't you?
Yes.
Nobody wants to listen to my romantic tragedy. But I saw you, Cyril, and I thought, Cyril will listen, because Cyril is good people.
Yes, Cyril is multiple people. He is several people fused into one, and they're all called Cyril.
Okay, I surrender. What do you want to say?
I knew I could trust you, Cyril. You're such a good boy. Such a good young man.
How can I help you? Is it just with listening?
Oh, it's a real tragedy. Let me tell you that. Yesterday, I was hitting it off with a man I'd seen a few times at the pub. When I looked in his eyes, I thought he was the one. But then, well, we were drinking and enjoying ourselves, and all of a sudden, poof, gone. He just vanished.
You know what? Maybe you should tell that story to Alois, because I'm pretty sure that guy was a ghost.
I feel like I've heard this story before.
Can you believe he treated me so cruelly?
Yeah, this is all real familiar.
My heart is in tatters. I can't believe anyone could throw away a woman like me. Cyril, be honest. What's wrong with me?
You drink too much, blame others for your behavior, and you don't understand you gotta love yourself before someone else can love you back.
Wow. Life advice from Cyril.
Maybe he wasn't for me anyway. If you're gonna take off after a few drinks, who needs you, right? I think you're too young to understand, but I also think talking to you made me feel better. Yeah. You know what, Cyril? I'm gonna come talk to you more often.
And so Cyril added one more thing to his list of a billion things to do. Listen to Manuela when she complains about romantic issues. Sauna's still not operational, so I guess we have nothing left to do but end today's free time.
Professor?
Yeah, that's fine.
I am with you this time, brother?
No need to worry, Flame. Simply leave it all to me.
Must you always take away all the fun from me?
A most satisfactory result. All thanks to you.
Thanking me? But you did everything.
I wonder if Sylvain is high enough to go to, Dark Knight or something.
Growth sustained. Still a long way to go.
Oh, Volganone,
Let's
interesting.
put this to the test.
And I probably want to go out today because we need more food for the dining hall to fuel our supports, and today's a fistful of fish day. However, before that, I want to check something. Yeah, is Ash ready for... He's not guaranteed to pass Bow Knight. Well, but he's practically guaranteed to pass Bow Knight. However, I only have one Master Seal. Oh, you can attempt Dark Knight, 50%. But with higher reason, you might be able to get it. Also, that's kind of a cool looking horse for that. 87% on Gremory. I should probably do that, but these two are pretty good enough in their default classes right now, whereas Ash could really use being a Bow Knight. Also, Caspar being a War Master might not be a bad idea either, because I don't actually have Dedue here, and he was going to be my main War Master. Yeah, Hilda still needs to work on stuff. Seth is still not quite good enough for Wyvern Lord. Yeah, I think right now my highest priority is Ash. Oh, and I have a B between Flame and Seteth, which I might actually do later. The Bow Knight exam. You feel like if you had the choice of promoting to either this or Sniper, that Sniper is totally worthless, because it only gives you a skill that gives you a guaranteed chance of hitting, and yet you are a Sniper, so you always hit anyway. Seriously, Sniper is kind of bad in Sacred Stones.
Oh, what a relief.
Yeah, now you can finally move, well, really, really far. And I think you also have, like, bow range... Yes, you have bow range +2 now, so you have default 4 range on bows, which is actually pretty solid. Also, much better speed from the looks of things. So yeah, right now the raw recording is at 1 hour 13 minutes. A lot is going to be cut from this part, obviously. Okay, yeah, Professor level's maxed out. It only goes up to A+, not S. Okay then, I wonder if that means we'll get 3 points for battles now. Actually, I can check right now if I go to Byleth's roster profile. Yeah, we do have 3 battle points now. It's kind of weird that A+ is the max and not S, though. Advanced Bow Tournament. Well, certainly time for Ash to test his skills. And it'll make me a little bit of gold, too. Wow, 13 damage from a thief, though? Huh, maybe Ash wasn't the best one to do this with. Oh well, I guess I can show off Bow Knight for a little bit. Ash is finally the knight in shining armor he always wanted to be. And has a flash-stepping horse.
I won't falter.
Yeah, he's definitely happy that he's a real knight now. 13 damage. Okay.
I must steel myself.
I like how this archer looks like they have a sad expression. They're like, oh, I know how this is gonna end.
It was the only way.
Whoa, okay, I definitely need to heal for this one. Yeah, maybe Ash was not exactly the best choice for this. He does get... I have to 3-shot. Yeah, I do still 3-shot him. So yeah, I would have lost if he didn't double.
It was the only way.
And it's the finals and I still have 1 heal, so... Okay, can I win this? Okay, I think I just barely do win. Because he doesn't 2-shot me. Yeah. So that means I get 2 hits in on him here. Yeah, I still win.
I must steel myself.
Just barely, but I still win. And no professor level because we're already maxed. Somebody has a support with Byleth ready, though. Yeah, look at this. Every single Blue Lion student is an A now. Well, except Dimitri, but yeah, that'll come later. Yeah, I never really... Because, like, the Avatars of Awakening and Fates, I never really got their supports up with people except those I was specifically hoping to support with. But here, wow, you can build supports pretty easily in this game. Oh, Manuela A. Okay. I'd forgotten I'd even done Manuela B, actually. I thought I was still at C with her. And Stenith and Flame D. I think I may as well leave that for the next time. Because I think next time I'm actually gonna... Ah, she's probably gonna approach during the week anyway. Right, How do I do this? I'm gonna end the exploration for now. Then I'm gonna go through teaching, which I can mostly cut anyway.
Yeah, I understand now.
And that should put Cyril at a guaranteed pass for Wyvern Lord.
Professor?
Reason and faith? No. That's probably Manuela.
So I said, 2 can play at that game. I told him, a small-time little weasel like you ought to be begging me for attention. Oh, it gets me so mad, so worked up. Why aren't there any men around here who understand what a catch I am? Come to think of it, you've always been nice to me.
Sorry, Byleth's already taken.
I mean, you listen to all my problems. I feel like I can really trust you. I don't have that kind of thing with a lot of people. Right, I got it. I knew you'd say we were just friends.
Friend-zoned, which is ironic because you have to get this in order to support her later.
I'd like to maybe talk about this once the war is over. Once we're all safe. Alright, enough of this moping around. What we need is a change of mood. We've still got a lot to do together. When
like using warp a lot.
What are 1 or 2 men? What's wrong is, it's not just 1 or 2 men, it's more like 100 men, maybe even 200, more!
You obtained the battalion, Manuela's rejections.
I'm completely... Oh, I can't get out of this mood! Actually, I've got an idea. Exercise will help.
Yes, training punching, that will help.
I'm going to the training ground. Come on and give me a hand. Gonna work my anger out on 100 training dummies. Maybe 200 if we've got them.
I'm just picturing just all these shattered remains of horribly mutilated training dummies just everywhere by the time she's done. I mean, her strength is actually not bad. Wow, really? That's it? That's the A? I don't know, it's weird. Like, I've already kind of redeemed... I feel like Manuela already redeemed myself from her first impression, but I don't like her supports with Byleth at all. They really don't explain much about her character that isn't already obvious, and they're mostly just, oh, why won't people date me again and again and again, which was kind of what her supports with Cyril are looking like as well.
Thank you.
I feel really bad about that, but we've seen a lot of tea times already, and we've actually seen her tea time before.
All right. Cool.
You've always got so...
No. There. Finally finished.
No matter how serious...
Is this what success feels?
This'll help keep me alive.
Okay, so today I think I will be going out to do that quest battle, as well as possibly even the rare monster sighting, because I feel like I actually need more money. Like, I really, really need more money. So, we'll do that. I'm probably not going to show any of these. I'll keep the recording on just in case something interesting happens, but I'll probably just be using it to grind my lower level characters. And yeah, next time I'll be showing Flayne and Cetus B, and then the actual chapter fight, so see you for that.